Hi, this is Nat Moes. I'm here with Sam Krohlow. We're watching the Tokyo MTG Vintage Open. Currently, we're looking at Round 5, Game 2. Not exactly sure what happened to Game 1, but as it will be apparent, the Shops player on the right, I think, wins the game. So the Oath player on the left will be opening the game.
Yep.
Will be on the play. Both players are drawing their opening hands.
Oh, one doesn't like it.
Yeah. And I think the Oath player looks like he's playing the Omni Oath build, similar to what LSV has been playing in the Vintage Super League.
Mm-hmm.
So he has or I'm assuming he has 4 dig through times, Omniscience, Show and Tell, Oath, Grizzlebrand. So it's a very threat-dense sort of Oath list. Although the Show and Tells mean it also sort of needs to have a 2-card combo.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Shops player on the right, we've seen him before in this tournament. He's got a pretty aggressive actual stacks deck. I think he's got Smokestack in his hand right there. You can see what's in the Oath player's hand. He has Oath and he has Preordain, decent amount of lands. That's going to be a good hand for him, I think. And Shops player is still deciding. That's his hand.
Chalice, Smokestack, Lodestone.
He is light on mana.
Yep. He only has just Ancient Tomb, I believe.
He just has Ancient Tomb, and he's got at least 3 4-drops in his hand.
Oh yeah.
The Oath player is going to Preordain. He's already got mana for Oath. He just looked at Ancient Grudge in his hand. He might keep that too. Not sure which card he kept. Yeah, it was the Ancient Grudge.
I'd keep that too.
Yeah, me too. So he's gonna lead off with Oath right here.
That seems pretty good.
That's a strong opening. I think this is Game 2. Players have already sideboarded, so I assume the Shops player is going to have Grafdigger's Cage somewhere in his deck, but he's going to have to worry about his opponent finding a Forbidden Orchard, or he won't be able to play any of his creatures. So, yeah, Shops is blanking on lands.
Wasteland. Not doing anything right now.
Yeah, and his opponent has no blue mana, so we're both in draw go mode.
Oh jeez.
His opponent did draw it's a basic mountain, so he does have active Ancient Grudge.
Discarding a Lodestone.
Yeah. Oh, and he finally finds blue mana. It looks like he'll probably get rid of that Chalice.
Yep, it was time.
Yeah, that countering all those 1-mana spells is bad. He's going to ponder here. Got looks like Forbidden Orchard, Ingot Chewer, Force of Will. Top deck's the Force of Will.
This is interesting because he has Ingot Chewer in his Oath deck.
Yeah, Ingot Chewer is an interesting choice for Oath. It's going to allow him to Oath into Ingot Chewer, which is it's not ineffective against Shops. I mean, it does come into play and blow up a permanent right away.
Yeah. And if they have Grafdigger's Cage in play, which they're trying to do, you can
top deck the Ingot Chewer.
Yeah, put it on top and draw it.
Right. And it sort of reminds me of Oathing into Yixlet Jailer against
Dredge.
Against Dredge.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So
I suppose back then you didn't have a fast enough win condition.
Yeah, it was slower. You were sort of playing a different game. Oath was a little bit more tempo-y. This is obviously when you have Grizzlebrand and Show and Tell and Omniscience, you're going for sort of a combo win there.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Shops player thought he was safe behind his wall of Grafdigger's Cage, so he went ahead and played the Phyrexian Revoker, which got countered. And then the Oath player tried to play Ancient Grudge out of his yard. And
Grafdigger's Cage said no.
Grafdigger's Cage was indicated there to say that it's not going to happen.
You need a dig through time?
Yeah. Dig through time, removing moving plenty of stuff out of the graveyard. Dig Through Time has just been insane in Vintage. I think people are starting to learn that now that they're not playing Treasure Cruise quite as much.
I agree.
And in this Oath deck, I mean, you can use Dig Through Time to put together your Oath and Forbidden Orchard. You can use it to put together Show and Tell and Grizzlebrand or Omniscience.
Yeah, it seems really good.
You can use it to find Oath of Druids and a counter. There's plenty of options there.
Or if you're able to Show and Tell in Omniscience, then you can Dig Through Time for free.
Yeah, you can dig for whatever you need.
Find another Dig Through Time, play another one.
So,
all right, Cage is gone.
So Oath is has lots of mana in play. It looks like he's really starting to take control of the game. They're even on creatures, and Oath
this is interesting.
Yeah, Oath decides to block there, which I probably would not have done. If you leave the Spirit token in play there, you can give him another one, so suddenly he outnumbers you in creatures, and you can Oath on your turn. He went ahead and blocked, so he can at best give his opponent parity on creatures.
Yeah, and with his opponent having Wasteland.
And Smokestack too. Smokestack actually helps maintain those Orchard tokens.
Oh yeah, you can keep sacrificing them.
Right. I think we'll... I mean, he can certainly ride Ingot Chewer to victory too, as long as he doesn't let his opponent Oath.
Yeah, it's a very interesting position.
Yeah, I think we'll... He probably tries to deal with the Smokestack there. Does he still have Ancient Grudge available? I think he does. I think he still has Ancient Grudge in the graveyard.
I think you're right.
And there it is.
Yep. So that works, because now they're back even with creatures.
Right. And his opponent doesn't have a way to sacrifice them, so...
He really should have made a creature on his opponent. Did he have that on his opponent's end stuff?
He did.
Yeah, because then he would have been parity with creatures and then given him another one.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't have allowed him to Oath right away, but he would have been able to set things up for the future. I think we're...
Now Wasteland takes care of the Orchard.
Right, so now we're back to even on creatures and don't have a way to make any more. But
so now neither player can play creatures.
Right. So we have the advantage in this game is because one player has a 5-drop 3/3 and the other one has a free 1/1 from his opponent. So still, I think I mean, at this point we're sort of looking for Ingot Chewer to win the game. We have Oath player is at 18 and the Workshop player is at 6. So
he's close.
Yeah, he's definitely has to be wary of that Ingot Chewer.
But he can't attack because if the Spirit token dies, his opponent gets the Oath.
Right, right.
Jeez.
Yeah, so this is a very interesting situation. We're going to keep Ancient Grudging the Chalices there. He still has a Dig Through Time in hand. He's got a couple of counters. I think he's set up. I think the Oath player is very much in control. His opponent can't be too careless with his mana because he's got 2 Ancient Tombs that will knock him down even further.
And he's at 6 right now?
Yeah, he's at 6.
Oh boy.
The Wastelands aren't doing too much. His opponent has 2 Underground Seas and also 2 basics.
Here we go, digging.
Yep, we're digging more.
So good.
I would expect that this Dig Through Time would win the game.
Yeah, what do we see?
If not win the game outright, then put the game away. So he could. I think this is sort of what I was talking about. At this point, he could be looking for Show and Tell plus something to put into play, either Omniscience or Grizzlebrand. We already know he has counters. He's probably not looking for Forcible or anything. We'll see what he pulls up here. That was Omniscience. So
3 mana? Yep.
That's probably Show and Tell.
There it is.
That's Show and Tell. His opponent prepared for that. He already had his
duplicate.
Had his duplicate. It's going to get rid of the Ingot Chewer. And the Oath player did put Omniscience into play, so we'll see what else he has. Okay, second Ingot Chewer.
And Grizzlebrand.
And that's Grizzlebrand. And the
that's going to be enough.
yeah, the shop players are going to scoop right there.